Hi there, it's Beauty Junkie. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about multichrome eyeshadows and multichrome highlighters from Chaos Makeup. It's an indie company based out of Texas, and I'm super excited to try out this makeup brand for the first time. I'm super excited also because of the multichromes. And this order took a month to ship out, so even longer anticipation period for me. So I have 3 multichrome eyeshadows to try out today, plus 1 highlighter. I'm just going to talk about packaging and prices for a little bit. Everything came in these size boxes, so it's a very small package. And so there's not like super secure packaging with any of these products from Chaos. They don't have like a palette or a container to put their stuff in like a real sturdy one. If you buy the larger 36 milliliter size palettes, they come in a shell. Super cute, super, you know, playful, pretty. It's kind of this sheer pink plastic shell. And if you buy anything in the size, you get it in this, and it's like takes a little bit of effort to separate the shell, but it's essentially a plastic container, and the brand says, you know, you're not supposed to actually keep it in here because this easily can come out. There's nothing really securing this down. It's just sort of a temporary way to ship it to you, but it is super cute. So this essentially comes out, I believe. I don't really want to pop it out right now because I'm just afraid I'm going to ruin it before I can even test it. Haven't even swatched them yet, but the big sizes come in here. And then the smaller size, like the sort of traditional eyeshadow pan size, the 26 millimeter, they come in these little, I want to say like pill bottle packaging, and everything arrived great, nothing broke. You flip open the lid, the eyeshadow is kind of loose in there, you can pop it out. Put it in whatever palette you want. So the highlighter I got is Galaxy. This is a multi-chrome highlighter. It doesn't necessarily look like that just looking at it in the pan, but I'm gonna swatch that and show you. So when I ordered, it was early July, the first week of July, and I got it the first week of August. So it definitely took a month, and they warned me about that when I ordered. The multichromes, you cannot like express ship. You can't pay for extra shipping. It's just, I guess, part of their production. They take a long time to make and ship out. So this is an indie company, just sort of disclaimer. These shadows are expensive, probably the most expensive, one of the most expensive shadows in my collection, just because each individual piece is at least $26. The highlighter's $23, which not bad. You know, some of you may think this is a little small, but I think this is a standard size for a highlighter. Eyeshadows I also think are standard size. The small ones, but they also come in large ones the same size as the highlighters, and so you can get a pretty good bang for your buck. If you absolutely love a shade, you can get it in big size. The only thing is they sell out, they're slow to ship, it's an indie company, plus they're expensive to make. There's no sort of deals if you buy a few, which kind of stinks. Sometimes they'll give little offers where they'll offer you a free product if you buy during a certain time. I unfortunately didn't get anything for free, but that's okay. I actually wanted to order pretty much all of the multichromes, but I thought, you know, I spent $153 on 5 products with this order. I'm like, let me start with this, see what I like, and then I can order more later. The bad part about that is going to take another month to get the rest of the shades, but if I like these, we'll see. That makes sense to kind of do a few at a time. Ordering, I didn't really get a tracking number. They just told me like, oh, your order shipped. The email didn't contain a tracking number. Because it was delivering to my address, I'm able to track packages that come to my address. If you are in the US, You can do that through USPS.com. It's like a service that you can sign up for called Informed Delivery. So if you are unsure about tracking numbers, you didn't really get one, that is one way to get around it. So I knew when it was coming, I knew when it was gonna come here, and super happy it came finally. So we got the highlighter in Galaxy. I got the large Multichrome shade in Just a Girl. And you can sort of see the shift on this one. This is Lucid. This is a smaller Multichrome, but this is Lucid. Very purpley color there. Not sure you're gonna be able to see the shift. Then we have Rebel Girl, another purpley shade. Oh, well, that's actually green to purple. You can see a 10 of green and probably no purple. How funny. Because when I look down here, it's purple. When you look up here, it's green. Very, very vivid shade. And then last but not least, we have Gravity. This is a blue to purple. Again, hard for you guys to see it in this light. So we're going to be doing some swatches. We're going to hope for the best. I may have to redo my swatches when it's brighter, so you guys can see the full shift going on. First, I'm going to start with the highlighter. Swatch this. It feels textured on my finger. Whoa. Well, that's impressive. That swatched pretty nicely. You can see that green going on in this light. In the pan it looks very pink, but in this angle it looks very green, so I know there is some shift. So when I'm looking at it in this direction, it's pink, iridescent pink. All you guys see is green. So sorry about that. Let's do the other big one, Just a Girl. This feels super smooth, but kind of a rough texture, so you can see kind of the bumpiness, but it does feel super smooth. Oh wow. That is so easy to apply. Amazing. This kind of goes to green, like purple to green. Very, very pretty, very, very smell like that one a lot, like how it applied. Let's do kind of a similar shade, Lucid. This one's definitely more of a royal shade. I like these formulas so far. They feel less metallic-y than, say, Cleona or Sydney Grace Multichromes. These feel a bit more like normal eyeshadows. So I'm curious to see how they apply with a brush versus a finger. Glitter glue, no glitter glue. So this guy shifts from like a maroon to a deep purple. I think you can kind of sort of see that. Very cool shade. Let's do Rebel Girl. This is that green to purple. These are so smooth. I am impressed. Wow, look at that. It's so easy. I'm seeing when I move they're a little bit sheer. You kind of have to double up, but 2 takes and you're good. So it's green to purple. I know you can only really see the green, but the shift is there. Oh, so good. This is probably the most dramatic shift. Oh, super nice. Last but not least, we have Gravity, and this is purple to blue. Blue to purple. I wanted to kind of get a rainbow in my first order. I'm very happy with these swatches. These are really nice. They all feel consistently the same on my fingers, super smooth. I don't know, I might like these more than Cliona. But I will say these are definitely like jewel tones, where Cliona has a lot more of a variety of different kinds of multichromes and hybrids and pastels. Whereas this is like predominantly jewel tones, so if this isn't your thing, you know, this might not be your brand, but I like these a lot. Very nice. All right, I do want to apply the highlighter on my face just to get a feel for that. Decided to play around with this one. They do offer other colors of highlighter. I thought this was the most interesting one that I saw. I will note you're gonna have to use a lot of colors from Instagram to sort of get a good sense of what these eyeshadows and highlighters look like. Wow. This is a very blinding sort of highlight. It looks very green in the mirror here. So I don't know that I can wear this one to work, but it's pretty awesome and alien-like. I don't have a lot of highlighters this wild, so I'm super excited. I'm also planning on using this kind of as a light pastel shade to go with this on my eyelid, so it's going to be used as an eyeshadow as well. So I think that's a good way to think about these. If this green highlights don't appeal to you, think of them as eyeshadows. But super interesting, super pretty. I'm gonna do blue and green on one eye, and then the two sort of purpley shades together. I do want to use a glitter glue just to be on the safe side. I'm gonna do green first, which is Rebel Girl. These are like super jewel tones, super amazing payoff. Look at that. I mean, these really can't be beat. I am so impressed. Nice job, Chaos. You guys rock. Alright, I'm quickly gonna go into Gravity, which is the blue to purpley shade, just to get something on the outside. How sick is this eye look? I mean, that is the most intense, packed on, so effortless multichrome. I didn't have to use my finger. I mean, how nice is that? I'm gonna do a little bit of buffing and see what happens. Oh my gosh. What I like about these is I can buff, I can, you know, blow out the edges, and I'm not getting that black underlay that I've gotten with Cliona, which is super nice. So these look like they're a little bit more workable and user friendly. Both of the shades on the under eye. How pretty is that? Right, I want to pop a little bit of the highlight shade on the inner corner. This is like under the sea, like all your mermaid fantasies fulfilled right here. I love this eye look. Oh my, I love it. So easy. This look took no time at all. If you love multichromes, you have to try out Chaos. Like, just from this one eye look alone, like, I am a believer. Redo my mascara a little bit. And I don't think I really need an eyeliner. We're just gonna call it a day. How fun is that? I can't. I don't even have words. Alright, other eye with the other two purple shades. I am like super pumped on this brand. Like, I want to reorder like right now so I can do another video in a month. I probably will wait gonna hold off on buying some new stuff, but I do want to try their other shades. I really like this formula. It's so easy to work with. And I'm using a glitter glue. I'm sure in another video I'm gonna try these shades without the glitter glue just to see how it goes. But first I want to try, we're gonna go with Just a Girl first, and I think this is kind of the lighter purple, and then we'll do the darker purple on the outside. So I think this one is very similar to the color I have in Cleona. And I think this is super similar, not quite the same, a little more deeper purpley pink than the Pat McGrath Extraterrestrial Multichrome. But I say it's pretty close to that one. I say this is a little more punchy though. I found that one to be a little more muted, and that one shifted to green, where this one shifts to dark purple, or like a royal purple. So it goes from like this kind of magenta maroony shade to like deep purple. And I know you guys can't see the full potential of the shift, but it's pretty dang nice. Next up we have Lucid. I'm gonna put this on the outer portion of my eye. I think this one's gonna get a little bit lost in the other shade, but I think you can see it. It's definitely a deeper, more vibrant purple. Which I love purple. So you can see that on the outer corner there. Just gonna blend this out just a little bit. You guys are probably better at creating pretty eye shapes than I am. I always struggle with it. So this side I'm getting a little bit more of that black underlay that I was talking about with Cleona. When I blend this side out, it looks a little more gray cast, which I didn't experience as much over here. Again, I'm gonna do a little bit of highlight in the inner corner. The highlight doesn't look quite as good on the pink side because it's looking really light blue. But I don't mind it. Just gonna apply a little bit of mascara, and there you have it. These are the Chaos Multichrome eyeshadows and highlighter that I picked up. What do you guys think of this formula? Do you love it? Is it too much? Do you hate it? Is it too rich? Do you wish it was a little bit more sheared out? I think it applies quite nicely, quite easily. I did use glitter glue, but I think even if I didn't, these would apply just fine. Hi there, I just wanted to update you on the Chaos eyeshadows, Multichrome eyeshadows. I'm in a bit of a different lighting. I'm in my room with my indoor lights. I'm hoping you can see sort of a different shade shift, a different reflection than what I showed you earlier. It's really hard for me to capture the full effect of multichromes, even daylight or not, indoor lighting, it's pretty tricky. I haven't figured it out. All I can think of is to move my head. See right here in this position, this eye looks really purple when it's blue and green in normal light, or when I look straight ahead. And this one you can see sort of the gold and that kind of maroon shade. And then when I turn my head, you can see this going to that blue-green. And this one, you know, it goes a little bit more red. This one's a little harder to capture the shift, but it's kind of that marooned gold kind of dealio going on, and I have like a deeper purple on the edge. The purple to green I think is the most obvious shift, and that is Rebel Girl, and that's kind of right in here. Purple, green, purple, green. So I'm working on like really showing you, but I wanted to say earlier that I didn't think there was kind of that black underlayer cast when I was trying them, and now that I'm playing with them a little bit more and I'm in different lighting and I was using my fingers, I noticed some of that black cast that I thought wasn't really there, unfortunately. And you can kind of see it when I wiped it on the tissue. And I notice like I'm rubbing it, and that's kind of what I have experienced in the past with multichromes, is when you rub things and you kind of blend them out, you get this black underlayer showing up and the color kind of goes away. And I noticed some little black specks on my face. I'm like, where's this black coming from? And it's from the fallout of the eyeshadow. And it was catching on my face and dragging and looking a little funny. So I'm like, okay, there is some black behind these shades. See, you can see, so this is the colors on this eye. So you can see right there, kind of that orange, reddish to gold. But otherwise they both look kind of that pink maroon. There's the shift. There, you can see it. Crazy, right? Kind of hard to pick up unless you have the right angle. They're pretty, you know, everyone says multichromes look the best in person. It's just true. I really like the highlighter when it's in the pink. I like green. Green's just a little hard for me to pull off when it's in that green shift. Otherwise, I like the highlighter. But yeah, what I was gonna say is like that black underlay is still there. It's not as noticeable as other brands that I've tried, and I think these actually blend it out pretty well. Just want to make sure I have a clean brush. I mean, you don't want to do tons of blending, but I feel like I could easily kind of take away some of the excess without it looking too smoky and gray. I wouldn't get carried away with blending, but anyways, what I'm trying to say, the formula is nice, but there is that kind of black underlay still there in these shadows. I think that's any formula is going to be hard to avoid that black underlay with these jewel type of tones. Do I recommend them? Yes, I think they're really good multichromes. As you can see, I think they are I'm surprised how easy they are to apply. I'm very impressed. They feel so smooth. They feel lightweight. I mean, can you get fallout? Can you get that gray kind of cast going on? Yes. But I do think the finished product is nice, and I didn't have to go in with a wet finger. These applied nicely with a glitter glue, and they went on really bold. I would like to kind of use these with like a thin liner, kind of a graphic eye, and see how that looks. I think it's a little bit more wearable for a lot of people than a full-on solid multi-chrome eye. This can be a lot. So a lot of people I think would love to pull off this eye. It's a bit more palatable than like a full-on blue. I know that blue's kind of polarizing, but I think it's pretty, especially that it shifts to purple. It's not bad. Anyway, I just kind of wanted to let you guys know in different lighting that I saw some of that black underlay, and just kind of give you another set of thoughts on my first impressions. But so far so good. If you find a favorite shade among Chaos, go ahead and pick it up. I think it's probably going to be worth it. If you want to pick up one of the shades that I tried, I think, you know, Rebel Girl is going to be kind of polarizing because it's really green to purple, and it's the most dramatic. I think it's probably the best multi-chrome of the bunch that I bought because it's very green and very purple. But I know this kind of bright aqua green, teal green doesn't work for a lot of people. Not as wearable. Purple I think more people can take, but that's kind of the boldest multi-chrome of the bunch. I think for as far as most wearable, I think my right eye is probably gonna hit home with a lot of people. Just depends the kind of shift you want. So the gold shifting shade is Lucid. The red purplish shade is Just a Girl. Those are probably the most wearable, but not as dramatic as shifts. I don't know. Depends what you guys like for dramatic. Some of you, this is going to be dramatic enough of a shift. So I would go with like the most wearable shade for you, what you're going to get the most out of. But I mean, multi-chromes are all about fun. It's not all about practicality, so I would go Rebel Girl. I think that is a standout shade for any multi-chrome out there. Let me know what you think of the shades. Would you pick these out? Do you like the green highlighter? It's a little bit different. This is all very dramatic and different for me, but my inner self really likes it. So I think that's all that matters. Anyways, let me know your thoughts. Comment below. Please click like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.